Hey there, I'm Jake from the Chasing Quality podcast. Thanks for joining me today. I want to talk to you a little bit about my search for the perfect camera bag slash not really a camera bag, just something in which I keep my camera. Perhaps you've been going through this yourself a little bit. I'm not a professional photographer. I'm not really even an amateur photographer. I'm not even sure if it's fair to call me a photographer at all. But I need a bag. I need a bag for my little Canon M50. And so I thought maybe you'd enjoy seeing what I currently have. I have a couple options that I currently use. And then I want to start going through some of these other bags that I'm trying out, and most of which I'm actually sending back, so that you can kind of get a feel for it. I think that people who have a camera, they need a bag of some sort for that camera, but they're kind of caught. There are these gigantic camera bags or camera-specific bags, and then maybe there's not a lot, or there are these little tiny dinky bags for a small point-and-shoot camera. There's not a lot of mixed-use bags that I think are appropriate for my needs and perhaps for your needs. So let's dive in a little bit. Let me first show you a couple of the bags that I currently have and that I'm using. Okay. So let me tell you what I have been using for the last 15 years. And please keep in mind that I started off, well, I've had cameras for a very long time, but in about 2005, I got my first large camera, and it was a Canon Digital Rebel, the first EOS Digital Rebel. So it was a full-size, not full frame, but it was a full-size, DSLR camera. And I got a camera bag with it and a couple big lenses. Keeping in mind that those lenses, of course, are much bigger. So I got this thing. This is a Lowepro Trekker 200 that I got circa 2005. It has been a pretty good little camera backpack, but it is a camera backpack. It's not a backpack that can carry cameras. It's a camera backpack. It is still in pretty great shape because I haven't really carried it that much. Which is part of the issue that I have with it as a camera backpack. I'm not looking to replace this. I'm looking to, complement this with another backpack or two. So I'll quickly cover what I like and don't like about this and why I'm looking into another backpack. First of all, again, it's a camera backpack specifically. There really is no easy place to put a tripod. There are these compression straps on the bottom. They're not very good straps. In theory, I guess I could put a tripod here, but then as soon as I go to set the camera down, set the bag down, I'm setting it on the tripod. That's probably not the best for the tripod itself. It's fine for my Joby, I can carry it there, but it's not really a great place to carry a tripod. I do have a couple pockets here on the side where I could possibly put, I could put a tripod sticking out here, but then I have to find some way to wrap it. So I could use, maybe some paracord or something like that. But it kind of lacks that functionality. There's nowhere to carry water. That's a big issue. And again, it's mostly for camera lenses. Let me go ahead and open it up and I will show you why. Okay, boom. You've probably seen these before, especially if you're watching this video. This is to carry camera stuff. But I'm not a photographer. I'm not a professional photographer. I'm not an amateur photographer. I'm some dude who snaps photos once in a while. I don't like carrying this to my son's soccer game. I don't like carrying it to my daughter's volleyball game. I don't even like carrying it over to family dinners. It's a little obnoxious. And it screams to potential, thieves, hey, I'm a camera bag. Lowepro? Yeah, that's right. They sell camera bags, which means I've got camera stuff in here. Steal me. Steal my $2,000 worth of camera equipment. Right? So, but that said, it can carry a lot of stuff. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lenses, 9 lenses, if you include the one that's on the camera. Now, half of these lenses, more than half of these lenses are mirrorless lenses. So if these were full-size, EF lenses, it may be a few less, maybe 6 or 7 EF lenses. But you can carry a lot of lenses in this thing. And you've got compartments for memory cards, for microfiber cloths, cleaning kits, batteries, things like that on the inside. That's probably somewhat weatherproofed to some degree. Nicely padded though. I've never worried about my camera gear getting messed up inside of here. So again, my issue is I don't need to carry all this stuff. If I'm going to a sporting event, I'm going to carry 2 lenses. the telephoto, and then maybe one of the zoom lenses that's more of a wide angle zoom. If I'm going over to family dinner, I'm probably going to carry 1 or 2 prime lenses and maybe like my 15 to 45. If I'm going hiking, I maybe will take 3 lenses: a telephoto, a wide angle zoom, and then maybe a prime. Generally, I'm not going to carry all these lenses. If I were going to do a portrait shoot, if a niece or nephew said, "Hey, Uncle Jake, I want you to take my high school photos," I'd say, "Okay, first of all, why are you asking me? I'm not a photographer." And then they'd say, "Because you're free." And I say, "Yeah, that makes sense, because I'm not very good and I'm worth about free." In that case, I would maybe take 4, maybe 5 lenses. What I would normally do is I would normally not take all these lenses. I would take a couple of these lenses out, and now I've got a spot here for the microphone. I could take a couple more of these out and I maybe have a spot for a small drone, and I could mix other things up in here. But again, still, this is specifically for camera gear and not much else. I wouldn't put my clothing in here. I could stuff socks in here. I could stuff underwear in here, but this is not a hiking backpack. This is I'm going to a photo shoot backpack, and all I'm carrying in here is my camera gear. I wouldn't want to travel with this either, and I never really have traveled with it. It's really something I keep in my office to say, this is where my camera gear is. But there are some nice features. This is a nice little bag. I don't know what I spent on it, probably 30 or 40 bucks, and that's probably what you'd spend on it now. You've got a nice sturdy handle here. The harnesses or shoulder straps are okay. They're decently padded and things like that. So it's not bad. It's not a bad little backpack. But and I will keep it. There's no reason for me to get rid of it at this point. It's in good condition, but it doesn't have much resale value. So it's not like I can get much on it for eBay. This is another backpack that I've got, and this is a Sling camera bag. I got this from my sister-in-law secondhand. It doesn't have a name on it, so I'm guessing it's some knockoff Amazon Basics brand. It's not a bad little bag. It is not in good shape. A couple of the zippers aren't working, so that's why I'm looking to replace this. If the zippers were all working, I probably wouldn't be looking to replace this. It serves most of my needs. One thing it lacks, though, is it does not have a place for my tripod. The only place that I've really found to put my tripod is because I've got the Joby, when I'm taking the Joby, I'll just kind of like hook it through here and have it dangle, and I'll kind of like adjust the legs on it so it kind of grips the side a little bit. But there really is no place designed for a tripod. There's nowhere to hold water. But beyond that, this bag serves a much better purpose than the other bag I showed. I can take this bag to a sporting event. It still looks a little bit like a camera bag, but not too much. I can take this to a sporting event because it'll just hold. If I really want to stuff this thing, I could probably fit all my lenses in here. But it's a little bit more practical because it's got these different bins. I can put my camera in the middle with 1 or 2 lenses. I can put my microphone down here, and then I can stuff a couple of random items up here for that little outing. So the size of this for what it is and what I would use it for, again, a quick, a sporting event for one of my kids, a quick, walk around town, this might serve my purposes. So what I'm looking at getting, and I like the sling of it because it's easy to just throw it on real quick, right? So what I'm looking at getting is a replacement for this, and I've kind of narrowed it down to this Amazon Basics $29 thing that's got a spot for a tripod. And has a nice side opening. Instead of 3 middle-sized compartments, it's got 1 large one and a second large one. I'm probably going to get that one. I don't care about quality, high quality for this specific one, because I'm not going to rough it up. It's just going to be my simple bag for a quick outing. And in that case, I'm not really willing to spend a lot of money. I will probably replace it in a couple years. And so that's what I'm looking at. I do like the Sling bags. It's definitely worth having a small Sling bag. This is a nicer camera bag than the one that's like, top loading. It's got the strap that goes over your shoulder and it's all dangling down. Now this one's easy to carry, really easy to carry. But if you weigh it down over time, it does start to kind of dig into your shoulder. So you don't want to put a lot of stuff in here. And again, keep it simple. But this is, I really think that this is the ideal size for a Sling. Anything over this, you're going to be compelled to put more stuff in there and you're gonna weigh it down and you're gonna hurt yourself. So that's my other bag. I'll keep the first one I showed you, I'll keep it. This one I just showed you, I'm gonna get a replacement. But I really need 3 bags. Let me tell you why I need 3 bags. I do a lot of hiking. I do like traveling, and I do like to carry other stuff with me besides just a camera. The first bag is not meant for either of those, and the second bag is not really meant for either of those. I want a backpack that has a water bladder holder, a pouch for a water bladder, and or a laptop. Usually this is one or the other. I'm fine with one or the other. I don't need to carry both at the same time. I want something that's got the ability to attach things to the side. This little backpack doesn't have enough for my needs, but it does have a few of these loops that I can use to hang stuff. So for something like that, I'm gonna have to look more into the tactical end of bags. Ideally not too tactical, but at least something that has a few MOLLE MOLLE attachments. I want it to be somewhere probably between 18 liters at the way smallest end to a max of 29, 30 liters. I think the sweet spot for me is about 25 liters. That will give me probably about 6 liters that I can dedicate to the camera gear, and the rest of that I can dedicate, because I'm using a mirrorless camera. My lenses are small. The biggest thing, my microphone, I need to have a hard shell case for the microphone because it's kind of soft. And if I ever get a small drone, I might want some space for that. But generally, my camera gear that I'm actually carrying with me can fit down in the size of about this, and this is about 6 liters, I think. So I want space for, I want it to be comfortable too. I want it to be comfortable to hike with, which means I'm probably going to want a hip padding, a hip belt that's got padding in it. I don't want it to look too tactical, but honestly, that's, I think, what I'm going to have to go with. All of the backpacks that I've looked at that didn't look somewhat tactical simply don't have the expandability that I want. I want something that's small-ish that I can use all the time as a day pack, but then I can expand by using extra pouches that I can attach to the side. I can use it for camping. I can use it for longer outings. That's what I really want. And again, that's not something that's totally negotiable. Now, if I'm out hiking, I don't really care if it looks tactical. It's really if I'm running around town that I care if it looks tactical. However, what I've decided is I would rather it look tactical and have people think that I'm carrying a gun than look like a camera bag and have people know that I'm carrying thousands of dollars of camera equipment. Right? They maybe want to stay away from me a little bit more if I've got a tactical bag, and maybe want to get closer to me and reach their hand in there if they think that it's a camera bag. I don't know. It's just a theory. I know that some people avoid the tactical thing because they're afraid it's going to make them a target. I don't know. I mean, if the shit's hitting the fan, maybe I don't want a tactical bag. I don't want people to take me out first. But I'm not really worried about that right now. At least in the current times, we're not bad yet. So I've started my journey into the rabbit hole of backpacks that can carry camera equipment. I've looked at a ton of different companies. I've spent way too many hours looking online at other people's reviews, and I finally just got to the point where I've had to order a few backpacks, several backpacks actually, and I'm just gonna have to test them out for myself. If you're a camera backpack maker or a regular backpack maker and you wanna send me free stuff and you want me to actually talk about it and play with it and tell you what I think, cool, please do. Send me an email, chasingqualitypodcast@gmail.com. If you're really skilled in this stuff and you want to leave me some comments down below, that's cool too. Let me know what you think. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and close this, and I'm going to then start doing some videos specific to bags that I've tried, and I'll tell you what I like about them, what I don't like about them, and why I'm sending them back. Unless I'm keeping it. If I'm keeping it, that'll be interesting. Then this series will end. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Hope you found this at least a little bit enjoyable or a little bit informative or something. Or at least maybe you made fun of me and you had a lot of fun with that. That's cool too. If you haven't checked it out yet, you can check out our podcast, Chasing Quality. You can find us on Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, all the major podcasting platforms. Check us out there, or check out some of the other videos on there. That might be kind of cool too. You don't have to like us. You don't have to subscribe to us. You don't have to give us a thumbs up. Do whatever the hell you want to do, man. It's all good. But until next time, keep chasing that quality, because you know I will. Bye-bye.